Hi everyone and welcome back to this channel. In the last two videos the audio was terrible, I know that. Unfortunately I'm not able to fix it now, so I have to re-record those videos if I want to make it right. But now let's concentrate our next topic, which is users, roles and permissions in Laravel 10. We will use a package called Laratrust for this. It makes it super easy to create roles and permissions in Laravel applications. And after this video you will be able to log in a user and show different pages for example for just a simple user and for the admin, for example. So basically after they logged in they will visiting the same route / dashboard, but they see different content. You serve different content for users and for the admin, for example. And you can give different roles, not just roles, but different permissions, for example, for users and for admin. And Laratrust makes it super easy, so let's jump on the code. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like the content like this. Okay, so this is where we finished our last video. We have created this Laravel 10 to-do list application. We can register a new user. After the user logs in, they are redirected to the dashboard page and they can click on to-do list and they can add the to-dos their list. They can view it, they can edit it, and they can delete it if they want to. Okay, now let's say if you want the newly registered user to be just a simple user and you want in your application a admin user as well, and let's say for the newly created user you don't want to show this to-do list menu item, let's say that. Okay, let's log out, and this is where the Laratrust comes in to play. This is a very good package for handling users, roles and permissions in Laravel 10 applications. So let's just install it. If you go to the Laratrust page, let's go to the installation. You need to use the composer require Laratrust. Okay, after that publish the Laratrust files. Use this command again. Basically, it's just a simple copy and paste to install Laratrust in your application. Before we run the setup, Laratrust new version has a administration panel, and we want to install the administration panel as well. So we will be able edit users, roles and permissions, and we can add different roles. We can delete roles from our database by this UI. Okay, in order to do that, let's go to the laratrust.php and enable this admin panel there. So let's go to config Laratrust, and if you scroll down, actually it's already here. So it's from up, it's nearly to the end. Panel and register, and let's say true. Also you can set where would you like to access for this panel. I just leave it as default, so it's gonna be my application, so my local host / Laratrust, and you will be able to access to this panel. And also you can say where you want to go back from this panel. Okay, now basically we have enabled it by set this value to true. Now let's publish the files for that. Okay, and now let's go back for the installation and let's do PHP Artisan Laratrust setup. Yeah, we want to create the migration files as well. But before we do a migration fresh, we would like to create a seeder so we can pre-set up basically our application out of the box. To that, go to the seeder menu and let's do PHP Artisan Laratrust seeder. Loads of copy and paste. Okay, now if we are going to the config file, you will see the Laratrust seeder.php, and here you can set basically your roles and permissions up just before we're running the seeder. So by default this is the default values, but for me I don't need super administrator, I just need admin and a simple user. Let's say to do list user, and I don't need a simple user and all the other stuff. Okay, the to-do list user is not able, I don't want to be able to create, they will be able to register the page, but I don't want them a permission to create new users other than themselves. So basically I can delete this part. I want them to able to read and update their profile, and also I want to make them able to delete their profile. So D stands for delete, and of course I want to make them create their to-do list after they log in. So let's do to-do, and I want to allow them to create, read, update, and delete. Okay, we don't need payments in this application. I don't have any payment. Of course, the admin is able to create, read, update, and delete users from the users table. Okay, so basically that's it. But you can customize it however you want. It could be blog writer, admin, editor. So you can, it's up to your imagination. And of course, this could be a blog post here. And the simple user could create, read, update, and delete a blog post on your site or whatever you want. Okay, now it's done. Let's go and do the migration, because at the moment if you check our database we have only one user because we are created one user, but that's it, and we don't have any roles and permissions in our database. So let's just do this PHP Artisan migrate fresh. If we check our database now, hit refresh, as you can see we have the permissions and roles, and role and user relationship has been created as well. At the moment we don't have any user, but now if we are creating a new user, they are not will be attached to any roles. Basically they will be out of our roles and permission mechanism. So if I just register a new user, okay, they are logged in and they see this to-do list menu item, and if we visit the database we have created one new user, but they don't have any roles attached to them. Of course now we yet have to seed our database with the roles and permissions we have just created here. So for that we need to implement this part. So this line of code has to go to the database seed database seeder.php file. So database seeders and database seeder, and inside this run method, let's just paste this code, and now we are able to seed our database. And if we check our database now, hit refresh, as you can see we have the roles, the admin and the to-do list user, and we have all the permissions, to do create, to do read, update, delete, and all the other stuff here. Okay, but our user with ID number 1 is not attached to any role. Even if I do the new user now, user ID number 2 is not attached to any role. So let's just do that. How to do this? If you go to the Laratrust page and go to the roles and permissions, you will see the user role assignment and removal. So if you go to the assignment, it's very simple, add role, and basically you can use a simple string which can be found in the database. If you go to the roles, you see the name, admin or to-do list user. You can just put admin or to-do list user here, and it's going to be automatically assigned to that role, that user. So out of the box, I want to assign all the users to be able to create a to-do list. So they will be a to-do list users. But first, let's create only one admin user. So I want to go to the app folder, HTTP controllers, authentication, and register the new user controller. And here we validate the user registration, and here we need to add a role to the user. And now for the very first user, I want to make it admin. Okay, so now if I create a new user, log out, let's make it admin. Yes, the problem is we forget to set up our Laratrust. If you go back to the installation, as you can see, for the user model, we need to add these couple of things before we will be able to use Laratrust. So let's go back to the app folder, models, and user, and we need to paste these two lines here from Laratrust page. Also, we want to use implement Laratrust user. And also we want to use it as well. So let's go back, and has roles and permission has to be used as well. Okay, now if I go back and hit refresh, it's already taken. So let's just delete this user from the database. Okay, now we are able to save a user, so let's just check the database. As you can see, user ID number 4 has a role ID number 1. So let's check user ID number 4. It just has been created, ID 4, admin. What have we created? And the role ID 1 is admin. Now let's create one more user for just to-do list admin, to-do list user. Register fake filler. Okay, I forget to change how I want to save this new user. So I want every user from now to be a simple to-do list user. Okay, so it's coming from here, to-do list user. Now if I log out and register a new user, we are logged in again. And if you go to the users, user number 6 has to have a role number 2. And yeah, user number 6 has role number 2, which is the to-do list user. So from now, every user will be automatically a to-do list user. No more admin will be created if I don't want to. Right. Now let's see this Laratrust admin panel. So we have set it this, we left this same route, so we will be able to access this panel by this route. So if I check it, here you go, we are able to see our users. We have this admin user here, what we have created, and if we check it, as you can see, we have admin role. But if you check the user number 6, which is created just now, it's a to-do list user, and you can easily change all the roles here now with this panel, which gives you a flexible way to edit the user. And if you go to the roles page, as you can see, the admin is able to create, read, update, delete user and read profiles, but we haven't gave any permission to create or delete to-do lists. However, the to-do list user is able to create, update, delete to-dos, but they are not able to create or delete or edit any users. But at the moment, if I log in to the dashboard, I see this to-do list even if I log out and I log in with the admin user. So I'm logged in now as an admin, and I still can see this to-do list menu item. However, if you check the roles, it say the admin is not able to create, to do, and read, and update, and delete. So basically we are not checking anything from the Laratrust permissions at the moment. So now we are logged in as admin and we are seeing this to-do list menu item, but I don't want that. So now let's go back to the code. And if you go down to the resources, views and layouts, here is the navigation.blade.php and here is the nav link to-do list. And I want to show this only for users who are able to create to-do list. So in order to do that, we need to check if the currently logged in user is able to create a to-do list. So let's do a if. And how to check if the user has a permission? Let's go to the Laratrust page. Of course, we have an error now. And if you go to the roles and permissions, check for roles and permissions, and we can use, for example, has permission and the permission name we want to check. In our case, if you check the roles, let's check the permissions. We want to check if the user is able to create a to-do. So to-do create. We need to do create, has permission to do create. Okay, now let's go back and has. Create. And let's copy and paste this nav link inside this if statement. And as you can see, we are not able to see this menu item for now. But if you go to this Laratrust admin panel, and if you change inside the roles menu, if you change the admin roles, If you tick this and you say, okay, the admin is able now to create to-do, save it. If you go back to the website and hit refresh, here we are able to see now because we give them a permission. We give all the admin to see this menu item. If you save it now and hit refresh, okay, so no admin will be able to see this menu item, only just a simple user who freshly registered as a to-do list user will be see and visit this site. Unfortunately, now we need to solve one more problem. If I log in as an admin again, okay, so of course I'm not seeing this menu item, but I still can visit the route. So to-dos. So even the menu item was not there, I still can see this route. So let's go and fix it. Let's go to the to-dos controller. The easiest way is just create an if statement here. Check the currently logged in user is able to create a to-do list. So if they have a permission to create, to see the to-do list, then allow them, else give them a 404 error, page not found. That's it. I have a typo. Okay, page not found. But if we logged in as a simple user, register, we are able to click on it and we are able to visit this website as well. Okay, in the next video we will see how to serve different pages for the users and for the admins. For example, if you logged in as an admin, you will see this dashboard route, but you will see different page as the logged in user. So you will see the same route, but for the admin and for the user, we will serve a different content, different menu, different page. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video.